Hey there, and welcome. Today, we're going to go on a little treasure hunt for something, well, something pretty amazing. We're talking about a special kind of treasure that works in a way you would never, ever expect.
Okay, so just imagine for a second. You find a chest overflowing with gold. Now, if you give some of that gold away, you have less, right? Of course. But what if? What if there was a treasure that actually grew the more you shared it? I know, it sounds like something out of a fairy tale, but as we're about to see, it's very, very real.
So where does this incredible idea even come from?
Well, it comes from a short story, a parable, that Jesus told his friends to teach them something super important.
So in this story, Jesus basically gives them a riddle. He talks about a person who has this storeroom, and they bring out both new treasures and old treasures. What could these treasures possibly be?
Now, the verse uses this kind of old-fashioned word, householder. All that really means is the owner of a house. But for our story, let's think of this person as a treasure keeper. You know, someone whose job it is to guard and share all these amazing treasures. This brings us to the big question, right? What is this treasure? If it's not gold coins or shiny jewels, what could be so valuable that you'd want to share it with absolutely everyone? All right, it's time. Let's unlock the chest and see what's really inside. And get ready, because this is honestly the most valuable treasure in the entire universe.
And there it is, the treasure. It's God's truth. It's all the incredible things we can learn about God, about who we are, and about this amazing world that He made. It's wisdom and knowledge and love, all rolled up into one.
So, where do we find this stuff? Well, it's not buried on some remote island. We find it in the Bible. We can see it all around us in nature. I mean, from a tiny little ant to a ginormous star. And we discover it in our own lives, too, every time we experience God's goodness.
Okay, now let's circle back to what Jesus said about new and old treasures. Let's zoom in on the Bible for a second to really get this. Think of it like having two parts of one totally epic adventure story.
The Old Treasure, which is the Old Testament, it's like the first part of a movie, you know? It sets everything up, it builds the suspense, and it promises that a hero is on the way. The New Treasure, the New Testament, is that awesome conclusion where the hero, Jesus, finally arrives on the scene. Or you could think of it like a tree. The Old Testament is the root system, deep and strong, and the New Testament is the beautiful flower and the fruit that grows from it.
And that's really the key. You can't have the flower without the root, right? And you can't really get how amazing the end of the story is if you don't know the beginning. Both parts, the old and the new, they work together to paint this full, incredible picture of God's love.
Okay, now for my favorite part. We found the treasure, we know what it is, but what about that secret power we talked about? This is what makes it completely different from anything else.
Think about that chest of gold again. If you've got 10 coins and you give away 5, you're left with 5. Your treasure got smaller. That's just how normal stuff works.
But not this treasure. No way. When you share God's truth, something wild happens. The treasure doesn't shrink, it actually grows inside of you. Why? Because when you explain it to someone else, you start to understand it even better yourself. You see it in a whole new light, you appreciate it more, and you feel more joy. It's amazing. And this isn't just a nice little idea, it's a deep, powerful truth. The source material confirms it. When this knowledge is shared or imparted, it will increase. You literally don't lose a thing. You gain everything.
So, the big question is, how can you become a treasure keeper? How can you start sharing this incredible treasure that just keeps on growing? It's actually a lot simpler than you might think. So here's your mission, if you choose to accept it. First, discover the treasure for yourself. Crack open the Bible and read some awesome stories. Or just go outside and really look at the world around you. Second, share it. You don't have to prepare a big speech or anything. Just tell a friend or your parents one cool thing you learned. And third, live the treasure. Honestly, the best way to share God's love is just by showing it. By being kind and helpful.
And always remember that secret power. The more of this treasure you give away, the richer you become. You'll be filled up with more joy, more peace, and a way deeper understanding of just how much God loves you.
So the treasure chest is wide open. It's full of ancient wonders and brand new discoveries, and they're all waiting for you. The only question left is, what treasures will you find, and who will you share them with today? Thanks for coming on this treasure hunt with me.